record to me. All right. Hey, we're like 3/4 of the way through our November meetup here, but I thought I'd just hit the record button as I about to like blab on to something like super important. Hopefully I remember what I was gonna blab about. I do remember. Sometimes I get this brainwave and then I'm like, oh crap, I didn't write it down and no notes and I'm trying to remember. So here's a quick tip, a way of adding value back to our clients. And again, it's one of those things is like we can charge more and just deliver more, but make it scalable. So again, as solopreneurs, we only have so many hours in the day. We could hire people, so we could bring on staff as an option. But here's 2 things that I started doing this week. Super current, real fresh, real raw, that I think would benefit from, and it's not new. So there's nothing new. Like people are already doing this. People are going to say, I'm already doing that. Fantastic. Good for you. But if you're not, try it. So here's the first one was I had a client send me a question, sent me an email, and she's like, hey, I got a new job and my employer is asking for T4s. So IB for in Canada, T4 is if you're in a salary job, the T4 is your tax document that you're going to get in March. And that kind of use that as the source document for doing a T1. So she's like, I'm not sure if it's legal, but my new employer is asking me for my copies of my old T4s for proof of income or proof of employment, not so much income, but to prove that she worked in, you put those jobs on your resume and the employer wants to confirm. Depending on the age, like how old, so it's back to 2016. So I said, hey, so I'm thinking, hey, yeah, super easy. Accountants, everything's easy for us. So that's super easy. Just log into your My Account, and on your My Account, you go into your tax slips, click, 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 and there's all your T4s. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't want to have to do this like every time a client. I don't want to type this stuff out. I'm going to shoot a video. So I open up Zoom, and I could use Loom. You could use Loom. You could use whatever. I'm already paying for Zoom, so I use Zoom. I open up Zoom. I did a screen share. It's just me. I'm doing a Zoom call with myself with screen share. I log into my personal CRA, my account, open it up. I'm not showing them my SIN number or any confidential information, so just be aware where you. And I go, so while you log into your My Account, go here, tax documents here, T-slips, click here, boom, there's your list. And hit stop, upload it to, do I just send it to her? No. Upload it to my YouTube account. Now I have it to repurpose. So I send her the link to the YouTube video. Thank you. I look great. I look like a superhero. And then I type in some text, a couple hashtags, and now it's on YouTube. And let me just do a quick little demo to say why this is so cool. And remember, I'm not a YouTube star yet. However, I have a couple of videos. Like again, it's all relative to me. I'm only comparing myself to myself. I'm not going to compare myself with some of our more popular accountant YouTubers. I'm still kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall. So anyway, let me just do a quick screen share. Hopefully this works. Screen share. Okay, hopefully you see my YouTube. And everyone wants to follow me. It's just Dwayne Richards, the Enlightened Accountant. And look, so if I go down here, it's like, hey, so here's my here's my video, how to find tax slips on your CRA My Account. Be very detailed because that's what people type in. So it's like 3 people watched it, 2 more people than the person I sent it to. Or she watched it 3 times maybe. The other one I did is I got this idea is like, I'm going to start recording more content just as things pop up about interest and the tax deductibility of interest. Is there YouTube videos already out there about it? Probably. Are they as cool as I am? I don't know. But guess what? I just record the video. No editing, like minimal. Like I don't waste any time. And people are like, oh, it's got to be like so polished and produced. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see is anything going to stick? I did it and it took me like half an hour or less. Short. Look at 21 people. And you're like, oh, who cares? It's not like it's gone viral. I'm like, doesn't matter to me yet. I'm just seeing what people are interested in. And I go, hey, so I put in some stuff. Are your interest expenses tax deductible? Mortgage interest, credit card interest, interest on borrowed funds for investing. You know, if you borrow money, like if you borrow money for investing, it's only tax deductible if it's income producing. And all accountants are like, well, obviously, business owners don't know that. They don't have a clue. And then I went down here and I did something else. What did I do? Oh, if I go to analytics, this is kind of fun. So, but you can quickly geek out. So don't like go too geeky on it. But I go down here, it's like, okay, it's like, well, at least I watched it for 34 seconds. And then I can go here and I can also go reach to say, hey, like, where are people coming from? And it's browser features, it's suggested videos. It's like random people are searching stuff on YouTube. So anyway, that's my one quick tip for you today. Also, I have one more. But like you can start recording, and Abby, like if you, I don't know, if you speak a different language, you could start recording. You could start recording like Canadian as you research stuff for yourself. You're like, I'm going to record a quick video, and I'm going to do it in a different language. Because guess what? There are a lot of people in Canada who are new immigrants, and English is not their first language. You could be the what language do you speak? Punjabi?
Gujarati.
Which one?
Gujarati.
Okay, great. I know, sure there's lots of different dialects. I just kind of Punjabi is like, not to be rude, but I just kind of one that kind of popped into my head. But you could, same thing is like, well, everyone's like, wow, I only do this one. It's like, but there's multiple people are coming from India with multiple different dialects. They're not all the same. So you could build a whole YouTube channel and like, I'm going to be the tax, because lots of people say, I had a colleague who was a financial advisor and he's been here in Canada for a long time and he's from India. And he's like, I don't want to service, for some reason, he just doesn't want to service that community. It can be really hard. It can be really challenging. It's like, no, you could like serve, you can serve wherever you want, but you could say, hey, I'm going to serve like new people to Canada who are from India who are opening restaurants or opening food trucks or in the catering business. Just go ting, 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 just line up things. So anyway, that's my one tip for you today. The second tip for you, and this is another client called and she's like, man, how can I stop paying like late fees to CRA? I'm like, oh, that's a good question. Let me tell you how you stop paying late fees to CRA. You know, when you're self-employed, Abby, maybe you don't know, but quick tax tip for you as well. Welcome. So when you're self-employed, when you owe more than $4,000 a year, Revenue Canada wants you to make installments. You don't just get to make your tax payment in April. They want you to pay a little bit in June, a little bit in September, a little bit in December. And a lot of that is new news to self-employed people that left their corporate job and, hey, I'm going to be self-employed. Like, what do you mean I have to pay taxes during the year? I'm like, yeah, Revenue Canada wants their money sooner than later. She didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So what we said is, my suggestion to her is, hey, run your numbers on a monthly basis, multiply by 35%. Make sure you take out, in her case, she's a therapist, so she doesn't charge HST. But if you're a self-employed person, take out the 13% because that's not your money. Put that into a separate account, multiply by 30%, and put that 30% as a starter into a separate account. Better yet, just send it to Revenue Canada on a monthly basis, because then you're not sitting with money in your bank account that's not yours. My self-employed people, hey, I got 10 grand in my account. I'm going to go buy another course. That 10 grand isn't yours. It's a good chunk of that belongs to Revenue Canada for your taxes. Realtors are famous for this, is that money comes in, commissions. Then they, hey, I'm going to send it out. And all of a sudden they get a tax bill for like 20 grand in March. And they're like, accountants too.
Yeah.
applies to everyone. So what came out of that is like, hey, would you benefit from, I'm thinking about hosting a monthly call, a group call on Zoom called Payday. And once a month, you can come on and you're gonna log in. You're gonna log in, and I'm here to support you. You're gonna log in, you're gonna look up your number. If you're HST, divide by 13. If you don't, multiply by 30. And that number physically move it. It's accountability. It's also a bit of office hours, like call it what you want, hand holding, but you can do it in a group setting. Not everyone's going to flash up their numbers for everyone to see, but hey, while they're on the call, they're like, oh, how do I do that? Well, I could log in. She has QuickBooks, so I could log in and support her, or Wave. I can support her without having to show like her numbers to the whole class. And I'm looking at offering that to say, hey, guess what? Instead of your tax bill being $350 for $500 a year, you can be joined the silver package, and that silver package gets you a group call once every month called Payday, also called Q&A, ask your questions. Because when I get my questions asked, I'm going to go record another video.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm just sharing. Again, this is like super real time. There's a couple of things that literally just came up this week for me. Maybe you're already heard it from someone else and you just need to hear it again. Maybe it's brand new. Or you can just say, that's dumb, and ignore me. Either way, don't hurt my feelings, but hopefully you found that helpful. All right. Don't leave yet, but I'm going to kill the video. So hey, just if you found this tip helpful and you're like, where are these guys hanging out? We hang out here on Zoom on Meetup the second Friday of every month. There's a group for accountants and bookkeepers and kind of financial professionals, but all are welcome, and you're welcome to join us anytime. Just find the Meetup group in the stuff down below. Okay.